The gap between high school and D1 hitters is bigger than most families realize. And in this video, I'm gonna share with you the approach it takes to play at the D1 level. And before we get started, my name is Evan Mendoza. I played 7 years of professional baseball between the St. Louis Cardinals and San Diego Padres. I got recruited, played D1 baseball at NC State University, even played in a World Baseball Classic, and now I've helped over 200 high school baseball players play in college. So let's get into it. So this is your typical strike zone. So right there in that rectangle, I'm gonna be talking about a right-handed hitter, and as you can see, the pitcher is gonna be facing in front of us. So in this example, I think it's really important to understand the different approaches between high school and college hitters depending on the count, right? So there's gonna be different approaches based off of situations, and that's for another time. But right now, what we can talk about is different counts, right? And we need to separate these different counts based off of what is ultimately happening. And I think the bigger issue where a lot of high school baseball players really can't even put themselves in the category of college players is they don't even know what their hot zone is. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that with you guys right now. For me, my hot zone was probably in this rectangle, right? So for me, I was a right-handed hitter. I was known to go the other way. My power alley was the right center field. So it makes sense. Something I can get my hands extended for, that's what I was always looking for. So these counts, so this is gonna be a hitter advantage count, right? So hitter advantage counts, in my opinion, are 0-0. In my opinion, 0-0 is not a neutral count, it's still a hitter advantage count. 1-0 is a hitter advantage count, 2-0 obviously, 3-0, 3-1, and in my opinion, 2-1 is also a hitter advantage count. Swing counts, basically that's gonna be more of like a neutral count. So I'm gonna do that in blue. And as you'll see, blue counts, guys, blue counts, this is gonna be your neutral, right? That's an N. So neutral counts, in my opinion, are, and then also 3-2, just because 3-2 has the ability to win that pitch and get on base. So in my opinion, those neutral counts, we want to cover a little bit more, right? We're still in that hot zone. We're not necessarily chasing by any means. And if I were, I would probably even shave a little bit off that bottom. So yeah, that looks a little bit better, right? And this is all going through a hitter's mind at the college level, and if not at the professional level, right? So separating your approach based off of the count is something that college hitters do that high school hitters do not do. So last but not least, let's go pink actually for pitcher advantage counts. So pitcher advantage counts are really, 0-1, 0-2, 1-2, and 2-2, right? So these are when the pitcher already starts to have the momentum in the at-bat. In my opinion, like there's 2 sections of pitcher advantage counts. So like really there's the one with 2 strikes and then without. So without, obviously in that 0-1 count, we can kind of treat it like a neutral count, right? Where we don't want to necessarily be chasing, so to speak. And even really 3-2 can swap over here as well in a pitcher's advantage count, just because there's that 2 strike, area. The pitcher advantage counts, this is gonna be where we want to expand that zone a little bit more. So for me, I had really good hand-eye coordination. So one thing that I would always find myself doing is I would allow myself maybe an extra ball off of the plate, maybe an extra 2 balls, depending on if I saw the ball clearly or not, which when it's coming in at 98 miles an hour, it's sometimes very, very difficult. But either way, for those pitcher advantage counts, this is gonna be where that gray area right here, it's very important that you don't allow the umpire to call you out on strikes. For me, I took that to exception because I never liked the umpire to call me out on strikes, right? I wanted to go down swinging if that was gonna be the case, right? So for me, so like 0-1 is over here, and technically speaking, okay, I'm messing this up big time. So neutral 1-1 and 0-1, right? And then over here, we're gonna do, again, just to make things cleaner, 0-2, 3-2, and 1-2, yeah, 2-2. So yeah, guys, like in these pitcher advantage counts, this is where it's important to expand that zone a little bit more. And if I'm gonna draw that clearly, we want to cover that extra zone right here, right? And in that zone, obviously it's bigger than, again, the hitter zone which is about right here, we're expanding a little bit more based off of the count. So again, the original question that I actually received this question through an Instagram Live is, what's the different approach between high school hitters and college hitters? It really comes down to having that mental fortitude when it comes down to a pitcher advantage count, a neutral count, or a hitter's count, and knowing what to do as far as our mindset. And just because I know a lot of you guys are high school baseball players and parents and are interested in more help, more resources, down below in the description, I actually have the 7 steps on how to reach out to college baseball coaches the right way. Inside my academy, I focus on the triple play, which is the physical, the mental, and the recruiting. And this is 100% what you guys need to implement yesterday. If you are serious about playing college baseball, it's the 7 steps on how to reach out to college coaches the right way in under an hour a week. It's going to be talking about initiating those conversations. I give you my email template that I give all of my students completely for free, how to create that list. The only thing I don't give you guys is the implementation of the automation to make this as seamless as possible. But go ahead, grab that down below in the description right now.